It's time for a jam session, and of course, Star Jones is joining us. We're lucky to have her. Okay, you're ready.
Okay.
So
if I see this table, I get nervous because I know it's hot topic coming.
Oh, exactly. We're digging in
nervous.
today because last night Fox aired a never-before-seen 2006 interview in which O.J. Simpson tells us what it would have been like if he had killed Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. So here Simpson describes the confrontation between Nicole, Ron, and an accomplice. So remember, this is all supposed to be hypothetical.
Got a little loud, and by that time, Nicole had come out, and we started having words about who is this guy, why is he here, what's going on.
And she says, this is my house, get the F out of here.
Yes. Things got heated. I just remember Nicole fell and hurt herself. And this guy kind of got into a karate thing. And I said, well, you think you can kick my ass? And I remember I grabbed the knife. I do remember that portion, taking a knife from Charlie. And to be honest, after that, I don't remember. Except I'm standing there and there's all kind of stuff around and
What kind of stuff?
Blood and stuff around. I hate to say this, but this is hypothetical. I'm sorry. Right. I know we got to back up again.
Honestly, it's like one of the more uncomfortable things I've kind of ever seen, especially from, and that's coming from OJ too. So I got to ask, because
he's actually talking about the murder of the mother of his children.
Yeah,
I can't. I'm sorry. I find that just, I'm a former homicide prosecutor before ever doing journalism, and the thought that someone who was acquitted of murder would sit there in a casual laughter and put forth a hypothetical where the mother of his children was brutally murdered. I covered that case, as you all know, from beginning to end. And even though I believe that the criminal jury did what they were supposed to do based on the evidence that was presented in front of them, I cannot imagine a former defendant acting in such an irresponsible way.
Yeah.
From a legal perspective, obviously everyone knows about double jeopardy. He can't be charged again. He's gone through the civil litigation. So this coming out doesn't mean anything legally for him,
you have to also remember this was 2006 when this was done. This everybody, y'all are acting like it happened last night, like he went over to the studio and gave this interview in 2006, which was much closer to the time of the homicides. This was extremely controversial. I still think it's in poor taste. I think it was tacky. I would never have wanted to conduct some kind of interview like that. I think it was disrespectful from the top to the bottom. And I have to tell you, if I were blessed enough to have been found not guilty of murder, I would have been out of the United States somewhere trying to raise my kids and trying to become a good citizen. The last thing I would have done is posed a hypothetical.
Yeah, it's blatant disrespect.
Yeah.
It's just blatant disrespect.
And everybody they say the murderers or the homicides, these two people were butchered. I've seen the crime scene pictures. I know what happened during those autopsies. I worked really closely with the late Johnny Cochran, who was one of my mentors. And he taught me so much, and I have to tell you, he did a brilliant job, and I take nothing away from that. As a defendant with money, I would have hired the best. Simpson hired the best. He was acquitted, but he didn't have the good sense to be grateful.
So what do you think, how should people treat O.J. now? Because we see photos of him in Las Vegas and people sometimes want to take photos with him.
People should do what they're comfortable with. I mean, obviously, the man was found not guilty. Everybody just needs to remember that. And it wasn't his fault he was found not guilty. The prosecutor's job is to seek justice in that courtroom, and if for any reason that doesn't happen, then you need to turn your cameras on them, not on Simpson. Number two, he served a significant amount of time for the single silliest crime in the history of the crime annals, okay? But I just have no empathy for what's happening right now. The thought that somebody would give an interview like that